Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We are back with another movie reaction. This is for Blade Runner, the final cut. I've been told that's the correct one to watch. I am super excited to check this one out. I've been wanting to watch it for a really long time, basically since the new one had come out, Blade Runner 2049. But then there's also like a show starring Michelle Yeoh that is, sounding pretty cool. So I wanted to check this one out just to make sure that I'm caught up, and I've heard it's just an iconic film that I don't know why I haven't watched it yet. But we are changing that today. So before we jump into this, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the film and you can watch along with me. But other than that, let's jump into Blade Runner, the final cut. Early in the 21st century, the Tyrell Corporation advanced robot evolution into the Nexus phase, being virtually identical to a human known as a replicant. The Nexus 6 replicants were superior in strength and agility, and at least equal in intelligence to the genetic engineers who created them. Replicants were used off-world as slave labor in the hazardous exploration and colonization of other planets. After a bloody mutiny by the Nexus 6 combat team in an off-world colony, replicants were declared illegal on Earth under penalty of death. Special Police Squad's Blade Runner units had orders to shoot to kill upon detection any trespassing replicant. This was not called an execution, it was called retirement. You gotta love an info dump immediately. 2019? That was 5 years ago. 6 years ago almost. What year is today? I don't know. 2025 something? So it was like 6 years ago. Harrison Ford's eye we're looking at. Wow. This looks good for 1982.
Okay, if I talk, I'm kind of nervous when I take tests.
Just please don't move.
Do not move at all.
Now answer as quickly as you can.
Sure.
Are they testing to see if he's a robot?
You're in a desert, walking along in the sand when all of a sudden...
Is this the test now?
Yes. You're in a desert, walking along in the sand when all of a sudden you look
What one?
What?
What desert?
Doesn't make any difference what desert. Is completely hypothetical.
Well, he needs to know.
You look down and you see a tortoise, Leon. It's crawling towards you.
Tortoise? What's that?
You know what a turtle is?
This guy's a robot. I'm calling it.
The tortoise lays on its back, its belly baking in the hot sun, beating its legs, trying to turn itself over, but it can't. Not without your help. But you're not helping.
What do you mean I'm not helping?
I mean you're not helping. Why is that, Leon?
Yeah, Leon, why aren't you helping the turtle? Why is this test designed to out you?
It's a test designed to provoke an emotional response. Shall we continue?
I think you should run, buddy. They're gonna kill you.
About your mother?
My mother?
Yeah.
Let me tell you about my mother.
He clearly said only single words. That scared me a little bit. How'd he shoot that guy through the wall? Everyone's got LED umbrellas.
Give me 4.
You can only have 2.
And noodles.
He looks so young.
Hey,
Sebastian Engambite.
He say you under arrest, Mr. Deckard.
The guy clearly understands English.
I just play Cleveland.
He say you Blade Runner.
Tell him I'm eating.
Captain Brian Toga.
It's just funny that the the noodle shop guy was like, yeah, I don't understand what you're saying, but then as soon as he needed him to translate, he's like, yeah, they say you're under arrest. At least they let him take his noodles.
I need you, Dex. This is a bad one. The worst yet. I need the old Blade Runner. I need your magic.
Is that a bird? You might have known got me bird.
There was an escape from the off-world colonies 2 weeks ago. 6 replicants, 3 male, 3 female. They slaughtered 23 people and jumped a shuttle. 3 nights ago, they tried to break into Tyrell Corporation. 2 of them got fried running through an electrical field. We lost the others.
Okay. So we gotta find him.
That's Leon, the ammunition loader on intergalactic run. He can lift 400-pound atomic loads all day and night.
That's a lot.
What do they want out of the Tyrell Corporation?
Well, you tell me, pal. That's what you're here for.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Roy Batty. Incept date 2016. Combat model. Optimum self-sufficiency. Probably the leader.
Why'd you make a combat model? Why are you making robots train for murder squads?
The foreskin job is Pris, a basic pleasure model. They were designed to copy human beings in every way except their emotions. The designers reckoned that after a few years, they might develop their own emotional responses.
That's
So they built in a fail-safe device.
a sentient being then.
4-year lifespan.
Is that owl a replicant? Or is she the replicant?
It's artificial?
Of course it is.
It is a replicant.
I'm Rachel.
Deckard. Replicants are like any other machine. They're either a benefit or a hazard. If they're a benefit, it's not my problem.
May I ask you a personal question?
Go for it.
Have you ever retired a human by mistake?
No.
But in your position, that is a risk.
Technically, yeah.
It's your birthday. Someone gives you a calfskin wallet.
I wouldn't accept it. Also, I'd report the person who gave it to me to the police.
Why?
You've got a little boy. He shows you his butterfly collection, plus the killing jar.
She's got shiny
I
eyes.
take him to the doctor.
She like extrapolating
You're watching television.
what, like where he's gonna lead this?
You're reading a magazine. You come across a full-page nude photo of a girl.
Is this testing whether I'm a replicant or a lesbian, Mr. Deckard?
Just answer the questions, please.
Rachel, are you a robot?
She's a replicant, isn't she?
I'm impressed.
She doesn't know.
She's beginning to suspect, I think.
Suspect? How can it not know what it is?
She thinks she's a regular person.
Rachel is an experiment, nothing more.
If we gift them past, we create a cushion to
Okay.
fill up their emotions, and consequently we can control them better.
Artificial memories.
You're talking about memories.
It is always raining here. Kind Kind of wish I lived in a city where it rained all the time. What is that? Was he injured? Is that like black blood? Dripping oil? What is that? Like a skin flake, or what is... I don't even know what that was. This guy's obsessed with freaking origami.
Did you get your precious photos?
Someone was there.
Police? Men?
Yeah. Policemen. What are you doing with that eyeball? You freak. You gonna eat it? Just study it? Hey. Don't be rude pulling out his tubes. Is this the grandpa from Everything Everywhere All at Once?
You not come here. Illegal.
Kind of looks like him. These replicants are so weird. How did they ever pass as normal people? Why are we being so mean to this guy?
You Nexus, huh? I design your eyes. Sure.
Nifty.
Questions. I don't know answers.
Who does?
Jeff Bezos.
Tyrell. He knows everything.
Tyrell Corporation?
That's where he was. Should have just stuck around. Brother, why are you being so weird?
Sebastian, he take you there? He take you there?
Sebastian who?
Sebastian Stan.
Where would we find this J.F. Sebastian?
Arkansas. Is this the same tunnel from
only the good things that come into your mind.
Back to the Future? Such an interesting film so far. It's a fast as hell elevator. You spooky lady, how long were you sitting there?
You think I'm a replicant, don't you?
I think you are.
Look. It's me with my mother.
Remember when you were 6? When your brother snuck into an empty building through a basement window? You were gonna play doctor?
Implants. Those aren't your memories. They're somebody else's. They're Tyrell's nieces.
Dang. What if she's Tyrell's niece? Damn, that must be crazy finding out you're a robot. You thought you were a real person this whole time? World. Start a new life. Where no one cares if you're a robot. Hey! The heck are you doing?
I'm lost.
Don't worry, I won't hurt you.
What a weird hat.
What's your name?
Pris.
Mine's J.F. Sebastian.
Oh, that's who we're looking for. She was sent here to find you, brother.
We scared each other pretty good, didn't we?
We sure did.
She's gonna kill you, brother.
I'm hungry, J.F.
I got stuff inside.
He looks like a 1910 dock worker. Or a, you know, black and white construction man. What a weird apartment building. Just a shiz ton of mannequins. I mean, I can't imagine anyone else would want to live here.
They're toys. My friends are toys. I make them.
Oh, you're a weird
It's a
guy.
hobby. I'm a genetic designer. Do you know what that is?
Home again, diggity dip.
F?
Evening, fellas.
Yo. Is he in his house? Because that picture on the piano, that looked like the same deck as the picture that the girl had, just from a different angle. Why are you dreaming of unicorns? That picture in the frame. Right there. It's the same. That's the same deck. These people giving them his memories? Is that why he's so good at finding out which ones are replicants?
Yeah, it's 34 to 46.
What are we looking at here, brother? How the nutsack?
Stop.
This is insane.
15 to 23.
How does the technology exist?
Give me a hard copy right there.
Is that like is her face peeling off? Is that what he found earlier? Was like flakes of a replicant's skin. Yeah. That's that person's face. Mr. Snake Man. I say, Mr. Snake Man. Lead us to the robots, please.
How do you? Look, Dr. Lewis is down in First Sector, Chinatown.
Man, folded quick. This movie reminds me of like a dirty, dingy cyberpunk mixed with BioShock a little bit.
Hello?
I've had people walk out on me before, but not when I was being so charming. I'm in a bar here now, down in the fourth sector.
You want to come hang out?
And why don't you come on down here and have a drink?
I don't think so, Mr. Deckard. That's not my kind of place.
Go someplace else.
Your kind of place? You had to pay $1.25 for that like 20-second phone call? She is probably a dancer. How could you even tell? Like, the picture you printed out was not that good.
Excuse me, Miss Salome, can I talk to you for a minute? I'm from the American Federation of Variety Artists.
Oh, yeah?
I'm from the Confidential Committee on Moral Abuses.
Committee of Moral Abuses?
Have you felt yourself to be exploited in any way?
How do you mean exploited?
Do you let snakes do weird things to you?
Are you for real?
Oh, yeah.
She's asked to do that every day. You're showering with the sequins on? Are they like... Nope, they're not part of your body. Like, I feel like those would clog up your drain. Damn, that's funky. Pretty cool, though. What did you just... Why? Why? Are you a robot? Yo, lady, I think we're gonna have to kill you. Just so many people to run into. She's gonna easily escape. If he's able to find her, that is gonna be a mirror. Oh my god, how did you find her? You just gonna take a shot through the crowd? This man is guns drawn in the middle of a crowd. No one even cares. He's firing shots in the crowd. No one gives a shit. I'm sorry, Snake Lady. Hey, she up and running though. I don't think she's getting up from that one. Nothing to see here, people. Go about your business. My mans. You're so close. You witnessed a murder. Well, not a murder. You witnessed justice. Damn filthy robots. I'm just kidding. Oh, she's crying. Poor Snake Lady. I'm pretty sure she was a replicant.
Right, Deckard, you look almost as bad as that skin job you left on the sidewalk.
Yes.
Good learn from this guy again.
Almost certainly
He's a goddamn one-man slaughterhouse. That's what he is.
He's only taken out one of them.
There's 3 to go.
There's 4. That skin job you VK'd at Tyrell Corporation? Rachel disappeared, vanished.
What?
Didn't even know she was a replicant.
We're not killing her. We're not killing Rachel. But she came. She's here. Surprising she's so hard to find, given she wears a giant fur coat everywhere.
Leon, how old am I?
7. Less than 4. You have a 4-year lifespan.
How long do I live?
4 years.
Painful living fear, isn't it?
Sure. Damn, he's working you, brother.
Wake
Leon,
up.
you need to ease up.
Die.
Rachel. Why did you do that? I mean, thank you, but why did you do that?
I'm not in the business.
Well, you are now. You're officially a Blade Runner.
I am the business.
Well, he's not going to kill you because you're nice, and you saved his life. She's got glowy eyes.
What if I go north? Disappear.
She's got like really glowy eyes.
Would you come after me? Hunt me?
Okay, yeah. What is the vibe of this scene? What is happening? Okay. I have a thought,
Deckard,
but I don't want to voice it yet.
you know that Voight-Kampff test of yours? Did you ever take that test yourself?
Interesting. Of this scene leads me to believe uglies will be bumped. I feel like it would be super easy to tell that she's a robot because she's got like robot eyes. Like you can tell she's got robot eyes. Unless it's just a weird lighting thing that's happening in this film. Because it's happened on a couple different people.
I didn't know if I could play.
They're smooching. You don't mind kissing a robot? My brother in Christ, you can't do that. What are you doing, buddy? It's freaking violence against women.
I can't rely on...
Say kiss me.
Say kiss me.
Kiss me.
This is coercion. I don't think this qualifies as consent, brother.
Put your hands on me.
I don't know if this qualifies as consent. I mean, I know she's a robot and everything, but still, I feel like we kind of aggressively coerced her into doing that. Frick is happening? You absolute weirdos. That's a real guy, right? Do all the robots have these eyes?
Look better.
How old are you?
25.
25?
Methuselah syndrome.
What's that?
My glands, they grow old too fast.
Hi, Roy.
Gosh, really got some nice toys here.
This is my savior, J.F. Sebastian.
Sebastian. I like a man that stays put. You live here all by yourself, do you?
Yes.
Bro, I'd be freaking the piss out if this random dude walked into my apartment.
How about some breakfast? I was just going to make some.
This man's survival instinct is 0.
There's only 2 of us now.
We're stupid and we'll die.
The acting choices are so weird. And the guy that lives here's a freak.
Why are you staring at us, Sebastian?
Because you're
so different.
walked into his apartment unannounced and started making out with his new friend.
Yes. What generation are you?
Oh, he knows. Okay. He knows they're robots. Take a guess.
Ah, I knew it.
Sebastian, they're gonna kill you. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but your death is imminent. They're gonna throw that boiling water on your face.
We've got a lot in common.
What do you mean?
Similar problems.
You're all freaks.
Will you help us?
I can't.
We need you, Sebastian. You're our best and only friend.
And he has no friends. Friends help each other out, Sebastian. Come on now.
We're so happy you found us.
I don't think there's another human being in the whole world who would have helped us.
I feel like this feels like taking advantage of a mentally handicapped individual. Like, this man is clearly on the spectrum. And these evil robots are manipulating him.
Clean the Bishop's 6 check.
Nonsense. Just a moment.
Was that code, or is he literally telling him his next chess move?
You better come up, Sebastian.
Damn, he's just letting him up. Just because he potentially made a good chess move. Yeah, the glowy eyes definitely means you're a robot.
I brought a friend.
Isn't this man a mega billionaire? How are you just letting people walk into your apartment?
Surprised you didn't come here sooner.
It's not an easy thing to meet your maker.
Yeah, he knows.
I want more life, Father.
He's tried it all, brother.
You were made as well as we could make you.
But not to last.
A light that burns twice as bright burns half as long. And you have burned so very, very brightly, Roy. You're the prodigal son.
Is he, though? I have a theory. Yeah, I don't know why you just let these people into your house. I don't know how you expected anything else to happen, Mr. Tyrell. This crazy robot man. Climbing on his car. Did they take that off his car? What is the point of that blimp? Is that an ad or just a entertainment thing or something? I don't know. That was the freakiest head turn ever. Can she, like, hear him? I'd be so confused. Oh, she's disguised herself. She's blending in. Freaky acrobat lady. Oh, I was like, he turned his whole body around. I was like, how did he not die? This is like weirdest movie ever. Shoot her again. I'm sick of her moving. She's like throwing a temper tantrum because she got shot. They're like so exaggerated and just weird. Wasn't this... He's the one that's built for the murder squad, right? Don't do that.
Not very sporting to fire on an unarmed opponent.
Like we care, brother. You're trying to kill us.
Come on. Show me what you're made of.
Proud of yourself, little man.
He's good. I mean, he's like a super being, so he knew exactly where he was, but...
This is for Zhora.
Ah.
I'm right here, but you've got to shoot straight. Straight doesn't seem to be good enough.
I would move away from the wall.
I'm gonna give you a few seconds before I come.
Oh, did he hit him?
1, 2.
Chris.
Brother, I'm gonna need you to stop doing these things. God dang, weirdest people ever. Weirdest robots ever. Why are you howling? Oh. Brother, just go out the front door. Go out the door you came from. Man, when these robots degrade, they degrade.
Not yet. Not.
What are you about to do? Is he like losing feeling in his hand and it clenches up, so he has to like hurt himself so he can keep using it? He must be like real close to dying.
You better get it up. I'm gonna have to kill you.
The frick? He's like a horror villain.
Go to hell or go to heaven. That's the spirit.
I feel like he's just like playing with him. Jesus.
That's hurt.
Good. You
That
psychopath.
was irrational of you. Not to mention, unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike. He hit you with a pipe after you told him you were gonna kill him. Goddamn Nathan Drake out here. He's just gonna be like waiting for you at the top. Even Deckard's weird. Like, everybody in this movie is just weird. Brother, is that him? The man's just everywhere. Where did you get a bird from? Was that in JF's house?
Quite an experience to live in fear, isn't it? That's what it is to be a slave.
That's what Leon said to him as well. How? He grabbed him with his barely functioning hand.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion.
Okay, yeah.
I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the 10-house gate. All those moments will be lost in time. Like tears in rain.
Damn, that's like weirdly beautiful.
To die.
He's talking about himself dying right now? Did he just die? I think he just died. Damn. All that running just to have the guy collapse and die in front of him.
You've done a man's job, sir.
Who?
I guess you're through, huh?
My brother in Christ, how did you find us up here?
Finished.
And you've been able to speak English this whole time as well?
It's too bad she won't live. But then again, who does?
Some of us live. Roy lived. He eventually died, but he lived. He saw some stuff. That was such like a weirdly beautiful scene.
Rachel?
She's probably gone. Did they kill her? Is she under there? Is she dead? Yo, come on. Don't kill Rachel. Deckard, don't you dare, brother. She seems to still be alive. Let's freaking go.
I trust you.
Good, we're running away. Me and you were dipping. Oh, he's here. Origami bird. And that's a unicorn. He's dreaming of unicorns. What the F? I'm so confused. That purge thing at the beginning was a reference to Alien. I was gonna say, I thought I saw it recently, and it's because I just watched Alien. All the trivia is so interesting. Okay, that was one of the most interesting, weird movies I've seen in a long time. I think I really liked it, but the whole time I was just like, everyone is so weird. And I guess that makes sense, given that like this is some like future version. Well, I mean, it's not even future, it's 2019 technically. But at the time it was future version of kind of like in LA, like Los Angeles mixed with like Hong Kong, Tokyo type city, right? Like it's just an ethnically ambiguous but like Asian leaning city, and everyone, well, not everyone, a lot of people speak in this like techno speak is I guess what they call it, but then they understand English, like they pretend not to understand English, but then later they'll be speaking English, and it's like, what is happening? Like, why not just answer the man's questions when he asks them in English? Why pretend you don't know and then later speak to him in English? Like, But Harrison Ford plays Rick Deckard, who is a Blade Runner. He starts out having quit previously, and then they bring him back in. Interesting like little tidbit to his character. Doesn't really apply much to like the overall story, I don't think, but it's interesting nonetheless. And he is tasked with hunting down 4 replicants who escaped like a ship, killed the whole crew, and now are here. And this movie starts out being like, replicants are damn near perfect versions of people. Like, they are indistinguishable from regular people. But like as soon as one of them like decides they don't want to act like who they're pretending to be or whatever, they are the weirdest possible individuals ever. like if they're not actively like in the zone pretending to be a regular person, like they're just freaks. Which is weird because they make a big point to be like they don't know they're replicants. But I guess maybe once you do know you're a replicant, like the idea of humanity and acting normal and all these things kind of go out the window, and you have this like identity crisis, and you maybe like low-key go a little bit insane because you're like finding out you're not a real person is probably one of the most horrifically, you know, unnerving, confusing things to ever happen, right? Or maybe it's just these main four that were just so weird. Because I guess like Rachel wasn't super weird. It was just the main four that we knew. And I guess the snake lady wasn't crazy weird. You know, she seemed pretty normal, and then she just tried to like run away. But the other two, Pris and Roy, those people were freaks. Like, what is going on? Like, every scene they were in, they were just the weirdest possible people you could have ever put on screen. And maybe it was because they were so close to death. Like, Roy literally died during the final fight sequence. Like, he was just so close to death that he was like going insane. And how do you reconcile that? Like, when you you're like physically still kind of like at the top of your game, like strong, like much stronger than regular humans, stronger, smarter, everything, but you know you're on like a limited amount of time and it's running out. Like, how do you go about life? Like, what do you do? It's like kind of like reckless abandon. You just allow all pretenses of social contracts and regular behavior to go out the window, and you just like truly be yourself. Maybe that's why they were so weird. I don't know. I have a theory. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, like the acting performances were just so interesting. And even like Harrison Ford's acting performance in this movie, like I was watching, I was like, what is happening? What is, like, he's just, Harrison Ford is an interesting actor. I think he's a good actor, but sometimes he makes like physical acting decisions where you're just like, what are you doing? Like, he's made a couple of them, less so in Star Wars he made them, but he has made a lot here, and then in other things that he's been in, you're like, you just seem like a kind of a weird guy. But, you know, I don't know, maybe he was also trying to act a little bit like a replicant, because, okay, this is where my theory comes in. Is he also a replicant? Because there was like two, I think a couple specific moments that made me think it. The first one was when he was at his like piano, like he was sitting at his piano either like sleeping or doing, he might have been playing piano, but it like pans across these pictures that are on his piano, and one of the pictures on the right is of, it looks like it's of some people like sitting out on a porch or a balcony or something, and it's the same exact picture that he saw of Rachel's. Like, Rachel had that picture of her and her mom sitting on a porch, and it's the same exact porch, it's just like from a different angle. And so I was like, is he a replicant too? Because like he's got the same photos, like he's got, well, not all the same photos, but he has a similar photo of that porch. Like, did they give all the replicants like photos that they can use as memories, and like that porch, like it was just part of one photo shoot? I don't know. But then yeah, Rachel asks him, you know, before he falls asleep, she asks him, do you ever do this test on yourself? Which I think is meant to make us question, you know, is he possibly a replicant as well? So there's those two moments, and then after Rachel shoots Leon, and he's and Deckard's like washing off in the bathroom, they focus, so okay, this is one thing, they focus heavily on the replicant's eyes like throughout the film. Like every non-organic individual. So from the owl to Roy to Pris to Leon to the snake lady to Rachel, every single one of them has like these like glowy eyes. And right after Deckard like cleans up and like washes off, he walks past Rachel and then like turns back around or something, and he has glowy eyes. Like he's in the dark, and you can only see his glowy eyes. And I was like, that's sus. And I think it happens, like you see it at one other point later in the movie, but I don't remember when. And then just kind of his like weird erratic behavior for a lot of it, I was like low key, this is a little suspicious. Like I don't know. So that's my initial theory right now, is that Deckard is also a replicant, which then leads to a lot of questions, because like Tyrell, when he's talking to Roy, he's like, you're the prodigal son, like you're the end all be all, and it's like, is he? Because theoretically, if Deckard is a replicant, has he been around longer? Like, has he been alive longer than 4 years? Because if he has, then he's like some kind of super replicant. I don't know. And I know there's a sequel to this called Blade Runner 2049, and that stars Harrison Ford and Ryan Gosling. And so if it's like set within the same universe and Harrison Ford is old, right? That means that his character would have lived longer and, outpaced that 4-year replicant lifespan. So like he's the end all be all, or some kind of super replicant. I don't know. Or maybe he's not a replicant. That's entirely possible as well. But my working theory right now is that he's suspicious and he might be a replicant. And if that's the case, this whole movie is just like a interesting introspection on humanity and like what makes us a person, and all these different things, and unique idiosyncrasies in our behavior, and like, does that make us a person? Like, if we have these memories, are we real? Are we a real person? Like, do we deserve to live? All these different things, and it's just like, it's crazy. Like, it's very weird. And then you also then introduce the like love story that like sprouts between him and Rachel, that he low-key like forced her into. Like that was I don't know about that one. That's another trope. That's another trope of like pre-2000 movies. Like movies that came out before the year 2000, whether it be from like 1936 or 1975 or 1990. Like, there's this interesting kind of weird trope where the leading actor and their love interest, they'll get kind of aggressive with them and like push them around a little bit, and the girl will be like saying no and being like, I don't want this, and the guy will just kind of like push her or like hold her down and like forcibly kiss her, and it's like, this is not okay. Like, but it's like meant to be viewed as like romantic oftentimes, and even in this one it was just interesting. Like, he straight up shoved her into the wall. He shoved her and was like, say you want me to kiss you. She's like, kiss me, and he's like, say it again. It's like, what is happening? Like, that this person is not a real person, and doesn't have decades of memories and life experience to inform the decisions that she's making right now. Like, she is aware that she's not a real person, and also doesn't really actually have the emotional intelligence and maturity to like realistically make this decision. But then also you're like holding her down and pushing her around and like telling her to say things. Like, that part was just weird. And, you know, eventually she goes with it. And, I mean, this was also a very quickly developing romance. Like, there wasn't really any supporting legs to this romance. It just kind of started. and, you know, we started halfway through this romance. It is what it is, though. But then, yeah, later he takes her away. Like, they leave. And they go somewhere. I don't know, maybe to the north. You know, I think he's kind of, at that point, like, done with this whole Blade Runner thing. Like, he doesn't have a job anymore, I guess. Like, he was brought in purely to take out these replicants, and he did the job, so he's done now. So what does he do? Does he just, like, leave town? Does he find a new job? I assume he has to make money somehow, but I also think he's planning to run away with Rachel, which is, you know, maybe that's where we pick up the sequel, is like they're together. I don't know. That would be curious. Yeah, I don't know. This was such like a weird film, but it was also like beautifully introspective and kind of sad, and I don't know. Like, there were different moments where I like felt bad for like some of the characters, like RF, whatever his face, when they're like, Roy and Pris are like clearly manipulating this man that's like on the spectrum. Like, this man has mental deficiencies, and they are using him, being like, we're your friends. It's like, brother, this man, his survival instincts are negative. Like, he has -10 awareness. It's just very weird. And then the whole ending with the final fight with Deckard, like, the like speech that he gives where he's like, I have seen things. Like, I've seen things you people wouldn't imagine. Like, he's gone out to space and he has seen things, both like beautiful things and horrible things. And he's essentially being like it's just so, it's so interesting because he's not a real person. Like, he's technically not real, and most of his memories are like implanted. But at the same time, he's like pondering and lamenting the fact that like the things that he has experienced when he dies will go away. like humanity to its core, like our memories and who we are as people and all these things, when we die, they're gone. Like he says, like tears in the rain, like they're just gone. All these moments, every moment, my experience of watching this movie, you know, my emotions and thoughts that I had and the memory I have of watching this movie, when I die, it's gone. Like, it's just, it's no longer there. It is over. It is done. And I mean, if you believe in any sort of religion, you know, maybe you carry on. I believe in a religion and believe there will be more after that. But you know, if that's incorrect, like, you're just gone. Like, that is humanity to its core. Like, placing so much emphasis and meaning on different things throughout our lives, while at the same time recognizing like the fleeting nature of our consciousness and the fact that it'll all be gone, like tears in the rain. We are vapor in the wind, brother. Like, it is, oh my god. And it was like weird, it was sad, because like this non like the whole concept of the movie is like this man who we're led to believe is a real man is hunting down these fake robot people, and like that's the main premise of the film. And we end up having these like artificial beings experiencing and lamenting on deeply human concepts, and it's just, it's so crazy. Like, it's thought-provoking, and then you mix that in with just some of the most unhinged, weird performances ever. And it's just, It's an interesting film. In the trivia, it said that this movie was like not received well. Like when it came out, this movie was like a critical and financial bomb. Like it didn't do well at all, and that led like Harrison Ford to like not talk about it for a long time. Him and Ridley Scott like had a falling out about this film, and only over the years has it like kind of picked up more of like a cult following and kind of become this like classic film with a couple different versions, I guess, that have come out. Like there's the theatrical version that I guess people didn't like, and then there's a director's cut that Ridley Scott actually didn't have a ton of involvement in, but a team that worked with him did. And that version of the film received a lot of praise. But then in subsequent years later, like he actually got involved and made the final cut. And like that had got even more praise, and it's just so much of this film has such an interesting story. Then obviously, you know what, a couple years back, I don't know how many years back, they made the sequel, Blade Runner 2049, which apparently did really well. It was directed by Denis Villeneuve, who did Dune and Dune 2 and Arrival and other films. He's a pretty good filmmaker, and apparently that movie was received well, like critically, but like financially didn't do fantastic, which is fitting considering the first one didn't do great. But then there's also Blade Runner 2099, I think, which is a show starring Michelle Yeoh. I haven't seen that. I'm curious how that is received. But yeah, this whole film was just a very confusing and interesting experience, and I feel like my reaction didn't give or do the movie justice. I really enjoyed the movie, but I was also just like baffled. Like not like confused of like I don't understand what's going on, but like I understood what was happening. I think I understood what was happening, but was just like mesmerized and baffled by the decisions and the acting performances. And I was just like, why are you doing that? Like, why are you making that weird acting choice? It's such an interesting movie. I feel like I'm going to be thinking about this movie for a long time, and I don't even fully know if all my thoughts are formulated. Aesthetically, I really like the aesthetics of this film. Like, it very much felt like a weird mix between, you know, Cyberpunk, the game, Cyberpunk 2077, BioShock, the game, like, kind of reminded me of that a little bit. And then, obviously, like, the late 70s, early 80s aesthetic that's similar to Star Wars and Alien and movies that came out around that time. Like, it's just all of those, like, melded together, and you just get this weird, esoteric, like, introspection on humanity and like what it means to be a person. And it was good. It was really good. I liked it a lot. But I'm gonna be pondering it for a while. I think that's all I have to say, though. I've been recording for a long time, almost 3 hours, and so I should probably go to bed at this point. So let me know what you guys thought of this film down in the comments below. I'm very curious to see your thoughts on the film. You know, what did you think about any of this stuff? Leave all those down below. Otherwise, if you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the film and you can watch along with me. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.